Hi there. This is a special preview of an episode that you can only find on patreon.com/Elwood City Limits. Take a listen, and if you like what you hear, consider supporting us for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate you listening no matter what, but if you want to hear all kinds of extra content, then patreon.com/Elwood City Limits is the only place to hear that. Until then, here's a little preview of what that extra content sounds like. One thing that I knew we had to bring up, though, is the new fit checks. Lucas, we got to go down the list here because we have so many different clothes. Because how are we going to know they're in a different grade? How are we going to see that this is a soft Arthur reboot? How are we going to tell that everything's new if they're dressed the same way? So everybody has different clothes. So
very exciting stuff. It's forget the Met Gala. Now we have this new episode of Arthur to do Hot or Not with. First and foremost,
the Lakewood Gala.
Yeah, the first and foremost, the titular character, Arthur. I like it. I think that he's kind of basically got the exact same silhouette. They just switched out the sweater and the sneakers, got a new pair of sneaks, and he's got that green sweater now, but it still has the yellow stripe in the middle to remind you of the classic Arthur sweater. So I think that's a fun kind of evolution of a well-known theme. DW's new outfit, on the other hand, not so much. I think it's too blue. There's not enough.
Well, there is an abundance of new blue attires. Like, there's a lot of people who it's like, a fair amount of these are like just palette swaps of their normal clothes, and a lot of them are like, I guess blue. So it's like Arthur with the blue sneakers, DW has blue, Buster has blue, Mr. Ratburn has blue.
Yeah, and Mr. Ratburn is one of the characters. Mr. Ratburn and Binky both got, like, way more formal. Like, Mr. Ratburn, it turns out, like, switching his kind of, like, weird olive clothes to, like, a black blazer really makes Mr. Ratburn look like he's, like, wow, like, 4th grade, he really kind of is dressing up for 4th grade. Similarly, Binky's dressed like a waiter. Like, he's got the white button down now, which is just kind of odd, I feel like, for Binky. Like, Binky is, like, a character who, he's messy, gets down in the dirt. He's supposed to be kind of a rough and tumble guy, and for some reason the giant orange shirt fit that, but something about his big white dress shirt just doesn't quite fit. It looks like he's going to like a dinner gala or something.
So let's kind of, I want to get your kind of, we have, there's like a lot of these that are going on. So
yeah, I might have to pull up the episode.
So Arthur's got a green sweater and blue sneakers. You're into that.
I really like what they did with Arthur. I think that's a great way to evolve the look.
DW has the blue dress with a light blue shirt. Not so into that.
No, and it's just because it's too much blue. Like, in her old outfit, it was the pink with the white, which contrasted well. So DW looks like Mega Man. Like, she needs to, if they were going to go with this dark blue, I would just prefer they pick something that wasn't just another shade of blue to be the undershirt.
We have Buster, who now has a deep blue sweater instead of his light blue sweater with a light blue undershirt. Kind of the same thing as DW.
Yeah, exactly. Buster, I miss the pink in the collar. I think that was such an old standby of Buster's old polo. But this one's okay. Buster looks basically, it's pretty much the same.
We have, let's move to Francine, who is now wearing a yellow sweater and red pants instead of red sweater and jeans.
Yeah, I like the mustard sweater. The red pants is a little too, like, it's when your cartoon character gets all pastel, it's what I've dubbed the Caillou effect, where if you put too many kind of opposite colors on the color wheel on your cartoon character, it just looks like an outfit nobody would wear. But now that I'm looking
a little clownish.
Now that I'm looking at this now, I think the red jeans are just muted enough. Same as the yellow sweater, that I don't mind Francine's look, and it fits Francine's character too. When I think Francine, I think red. Like, that's definitely got to be incorporated in her look.
Muffy with a lavender dress now.
Okay, so and I don't want to. I know that we're gonna have lots of time when we're watching the new series when we get to the later episodes on the regular ACL to talk about the animation. But it's not so much Muffy's clothing as this Muffy drawing more so than any of the other. And I say drawing, I should say like Maya model or whatever they use to animate the show now in Flash. But this Muffy design, I am just so not a fan of. It looks weird when they animate it. I think something to do with like, especially if you go back, I'm at like 9:45 right now looking at Muffy in the car. Like her neck looks weirdly too long for her body in a way that isn't really apparent on the other characters, and like more so than any of the other characters when she's talking and stuff, her nose looks weird to me. And there's multiple shots in this where I was like, the Muffy model bothers me. But that really has not much to do with her outfit. Muffy's outfit, it's almost the same color palette. They've just kind of switched around where things are. So the outfit's still fine.
Okay. Next up, we have Emily, who is wearing a yellow dress now and Emily, I think, has moved into like a dark blue dress in where we are in Arthur. So
yeah,
now she's got a bit of yellow.
It's funny, now that Arthur's not wearing yellow as his main thing, it opens up the color to a bunch of other characters. I think Emily's look is totally fine.
We already talked about Mr. Ratburn with his blue jacket.
That's right.
Binky,
yeah, I said black earlier. It's like a dark navy.
Binky seems to have taken off. So Binky normally wears the orange button-up with like a dress shirt under it. It seems like he just took the button-up off and is just wearing, like you said, kind of the waiter button-up white. It's weird. It is weirdly formal. It reminds me of like, you know, so when some kids like get dressed up to go to a birthday party, except they're going to school. And like, what parents make their kids like dress formal to go to school? That seems unfair.
It's funny because characters on Arthur, which is not really a little kid thing always, well, I guess it's kind of a little kid thing, but in elementary school, kids don't really tuck in their clothes, right? They're wearing like loose t-shirts, you're wearing your John Cena t-shirt, your Minecraft t-shirt. That's how kids dress these days. And the Arthur characters, because the show came out in the early 90s, always kind of dressed like how kids used to dress in the early 90s. So I'm used to seeing them like Arthur and Buster, they all tuck in their shirts. And with Binky's always tucked in his shirt too, but there's something weird about the white shirt tucked into the blue jeans that looks like he looks like Jerry Seinfeld or something. Like it's the shirt look like Binky looks like hello fellow kids, like he's like an undercover cop or something. It's just odd, and I feel like it could be solved by making the shirt literally any other color but white, but because it's white, he looks like super formal.
So just a couple more here. We have Tommy Tibble now in a green shirt instead of his typical tan shirt.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at the Tibbles. I'm scrubbing through trying to.
Well,
look
there's
for
only
him
one.
now.
We never see Timmy. It's just Tommy.
Oh, true. We just see Tommy, and we know that Tommy and Timmy are both. I'm paused right now on the class lists. Tommy and Timmy are in the same class. They're in Mrs. Dottie's class in kindergarten with DW, so they are still together. But yeah, we only see Tommy.
And finally, he's not really a character in this special, but we do see Brain, and he has a red sweater.
Yeah, I like Brain's new sweater. It looks good. It's a nice muted kind of burgundy.
Okay, that'll do it for now, but we'll see you next time on Elwood City Limits or over on patreon.com/Elwood City Limits. Have a great week.